Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all you wonderful people out there who chose this morning to watch the Corsace Open. We are here to bring you the start of the finals weekend. It's coming down to the wire. We are almost done with the whole tournament. It feels like it just started, but we are nearing the end at this point. We've got two teams left in the winner's bracket to face off in the winner's finals on Sunday. And we've got four teams left in the loser's bracket competing for the last spot in that grand finals weekend in the top three and for a top three badge. My name is Dio, and I'm going to be joined on this cast, our first matchup of the weekend between Donate Blinds and by my good friend Demarsh. How's it going, man?
How is it going, Dio? I am so excited. We're finally in finals week. This is where things get I think this is where things get really, really tense between these teams. Everybody wants to get in that top three, especially with the badges on the line and the prize pool. It's all to play for. So these teams, they're bringing their A game today.
Yeah, it honestly makes the losers bracket matches almost even more tense than the winners finals, because the winners finals, you're already guaranteed top three, right? Those teams really only start sweating when you get into grand finals, and now you're really competing for the prize pool and your actual placement. But these losers bracket teams, there are four of those teams and only one spot left in the top three. And we are already into the ban and pick phase. We've got Nomad 5 banned out by Donate Blinds and Nomad 3 banned out by Demarsh, we were talking about sort of what these teams would try to go for before they started up with the pick and ban phase, and this sort of aligns pretty much exactly with what we were talking about, right?
Yeah. Donate Blind's really going to be targeting sort of those Nomad 5, the speed maps against a team like They really are just a very tough lineup on a lot of mechanically strong maps. Not because Donate Blinds are bad at that map set, but when you look at the lineup that they're going up against, it's a hard comparison to make to see them coming out on top. So you're really sort of expecting to see them on the bit more slightly gimmicky side of things, really tackling those non-conventional maps. That's where their strengths are going to lie in this, and it seems like that's what they're going for here.
Yeah, and one of the other things to consider when you're looking at a team like this, when you are getting into the final stage, is the skill cap. When you look at the lineup for you consider players like Emmerich, Whitecat, Zudinator, there's a Frankie as well, Fiery Rage, there's a Taquito. There's a lot of 2 digits on this team or 1 digits on this team who are incredibly high skill cap players who will do very well on the mechanically intensive maps. Whereas for Donate Blinds, you have a lot of players who do not have the highest rank but are extremely strong in a particular skill set. Players like Shield, GFMRT, Crystal, Vitya, even Sigi somewhat fits that bill despite being an all-rounder. These players are extremely strong at the more unconventional maps in the pool, at your more gimmicky types of maps. Whereas the Australians on that roster, Vivace, Doomy, and Machine, they're going to be more inclined to go in on some of these mechanically intensive maps, but the rest of the team really is, I think, a roster that would want to focus on these more gimmicky types of maps, and that's why we see Nomad 3 and Fremod 2 banned out by Nomad 4 picked up by Donate Blinds, and then, of course, Nomad 5, DT3 banned out by Donate Blinds, and DT2 and now Double Time 4 picked up by DT4 throughout this tournament has tended to be a relatively low BPM map. Think 175 BPM Stream Aim, for example, almost like a really high BPM alt pick. Not the case anymore this week, so we're departing from our usual pool format this week, and instead we've now got what is basically a 225 BPM tech map in Double Time 4. Lots of slider aim, lots of aim control, lots of finger control, and at that higher BPM, you start to mix skill sets in a way that you don't often see done within a tournament setting. You start to ever so slightly favor some of the speed players who also happen to be very good on finger control. And typically those types of players are your higher skill cap players who tend to be very strong on a wide variety of different skills. And I think roster in general fits that quite well. I think there are a lot of players on Donate Blinds who are going to be strong on that. I'm looking at Shield, I'm looking at Sigi, I'm looking at Doomy, Machine, all probably very strong still on the Double Time 4 pick, but Definitely I think, strong pick for Hard Rock 3 as well for Donate Blinds. Again, just sort of fits with the unconventional sort of pick strategy that they're going for.
Yeah, it's that mix of that awkward aim as well as that low 170 BPM, which seems to be the sort of maps that they're really going to shine on. You know, I think to the maps that we've already seen ban out, you know, No Mod 3 was the 185, that's gone. Free Mod 2 was a high BPM, but that's another story. But with this Hard Rock 3, it's low BPM, it's awkward aim, it's just the sort of thing that they're going to do really well on. No Mod 1's very interesting from Donate Blinds here in their double pick phase. Not really quite sure, because they've typically avoided this map entirely, but perhaps they have to bring it out now because, you know, this best of 9, there's a lot more maps to play, a lot more bans, and they need to secure what they can.
Yeah, they've banned No Mod 1 both in the quarterfinals and semifinals weekends in their previous matchups. So picking it here into a team with some absolutely ridiculous aim players, White Cat, Emrek, Zoonator, Fire Rage, Frankie, all very, very strong aim players, I think is... I would be happy to see them come out on top on this map, because it means that the sort of narrative that we've been talking about of the skill cap from sort of just having these really, really high skill cap players who are very strong on the raw mechanics test maps isn't necessarily true. If they are able to come out on top on No Mod 1, if this is a really good pick for them, it opens up a few more options throughout the rest of the match, especially as we get into set 2. Hidden One as well as a next pick for I think makes still a fair amount of sense. They are definitely unfazed by the No Mod 1 pick, going for Umiuri Kaitetan. This is the awkward aim pick in Hidden. Lots of 240 BPM cross screen linears and wide angle jumps, just really awkward sorts of aim patterns. And by the way, you might notice there's a third set of bans here at the end of the pick ban phase. No Mod 6 and Hidden 3 banned out by and Donate Blinds respectively. And we are at best of 9 this weekend for finals and grand finals. Instead of the best of 5 sets that we did last year, we are now on still 3 sets, or a best of 3 sets, but each set is now a best of 9 here. We did experiment with best of 9 formats earlier on in the tournament as well, and we are keeping them here in the finals and grand finals. Hidden 3 as a ban by Donate Blinds I think is a little interesting, that low approach rate reading pick, but you look at the lineup for and you see a lot of really intensely strong hidden reading players on that lineup, so I don't think any major surprises there. And then Free Mod 3 and Hard Rock 2 as the last picks for and Donate Blinds respectively.
Yeah, I sort of had an inkling that they might go with that Hard Rock 2. I think because with the way Hidden's lined up, it's not really in their favor early on, aside from perhaps maybe Hidden 2, but I feel like Hard Rock 2 is a very interesting pick for Donate Blinds here. You know, it's possibly one of the hardest maps. It's all about that sort of keeping the high accuracy and watching your aim control as well. Just a very, very tricky map. The sliders are very nasty as well. So it's an interesting pick. If they've practiced this hard, it might cause them some trouble.
Yeah, this... if you know this song from other tournaments, Feel Seasickness by Camellia, there are so many beat snap divisor changes within this song. It's also variable BPM. I think it's actually just the 248, but it's so tricky to act this map properly, switching between 1/2, 1/3, 1/4 all over the place in this map. And like you said, the addition of some of this really disgusting slider aim in this version of the song just makes it so tough to play well, especially if you don't have proper practice on a map like it. But that said, we are getting into our first pick. It's No Mod 4 from Donate Blinds. This has been a map that they've tended to go for quite a lot throughout the quarterfinals and semifinals. They picked it twice in the semifinals and picked it in the quarterfinals as well. Won it once and lost it once in the semifinals, but going for it again here versus also a team that has done fairly well on No Mod 4 in general. You've got some pretty strong alt players on their side. I would expect Fire Rage Probably White Cat to go in on this. I know Emrek was in on the semifinals alt map as well. Generally, your aim players are still going to be in on these alt picks. The spacing gets high enough and the BPM gets high enough that your typical aim players start to come out and shine on picks like this, and hopefully that's going to be the case for both of these teams here.
Yeah, I'm really looking towards players like Crystal and White Cat to really shine on this sort of map. You know, they've previously throughout the weeks, I think, especially Crystal in particular on the last two No Mod 4s has had fantastic scores. White Cat as well, especially on last week's pool, pulled out insane scores on this No Mod 4. So I'm really interested to see those two in the lineups. We do see both of them make their appearance right next to each other, in fact, in these lineups. But this should be very good. As a first opening map, very interesting pick.
Sigi, Vitya, Shield, and Crystal in for Donate Blinds. Fiery, Emrek, White Cat, and Taquito in for on the first pick. We do see a couple early misses from Crystal right at the start of the map. Not going to impact all that much, as it's really within the first 30-40 combo. The accuracy likely doing more for the score at this point. Should be a crowd favorite song, honestly. If you've been around for any of the Sonic games, you probably remember this. Fire Rage and Taquito, by the way, do find some misses on our first really high spacing pattern. A lot of these patterns that swap between the snap aim and the flow aim are really tricky to transition between, and it seems like is having a lot of trouble with those transitions, as Emrek also misses on one of those snap to flow transitions, and the rest of Donate Blinds all looking fairly strong as we get into the first TI time.
Yeah, so far holding very strong, and there is that break from Shield, though, that just happened within that first quarter, right at the end there. But otherwise, there goes Fiery Rage.
And Vitya as well dropped at the same time as Shield, another slider break for Donate Blind, so it's 2-1, sorta, in terms of the combos at the moment?
Yeah, it's almost to the 2-4 combos, but yeah, Crystal dragging slightly behind, but then again, there's White Cat, who is... He has been the big player, as you see a break from video there. And I am actually looking at this. The combos are very close together. Fire Rage, well, sorry, Emrek and Taquito holding very good supporting combos. And you do have Shield on the side of Donate Blinds, but it's really all on Sigi and Crystal to hold those big combos at the moment, or they're going to lose this very quickly. I think it's actually being pulled the other way. Very slowly towards at this point.
We got big combos on Taquito and Emrek. Fire Rage with a good supporting combo as well. There goes Vitya's combo. It's not that high, but you can't afford to lose those combos when it's already going towards Luckily for them, Taquito does find a follow-up drop. But there goes Shield as well now, and that drops a big supporting combo for Donate Blinds. Sigi as well loses the full combo, and now it's just Crystal holding on to high combo for Donate Blinds, 3 breaks in short order, whereas White Cat still holding the full combo, Emrek on high supporting combo, Fiery Rage as well with a strong recovery for and this is looking not very good for Donate Blinds out of the gate. This No Mod 4 pick looking strong at the start, but always within grasp for and this seems like them grasping it.
Yeah, these great recoveries from Emrek and Fire Rage really helping White Cat bring this home. And with the early break from Crystal already behind where they necessarily want to be, but it's just getting completely negated by White Cat. Breaks coming in now from Sigi, Vitya, Shield, Fire Rage, and Taquito. It's a triple break for Donate Blinds, which is not what they want. They need breaks coming in from White Cat and Emrek, and there goes Crystal instead. And this one is over, I'm afraid.
And this is sort of what we were talking about with these skill cap players on right? Like, the two players left up with combo at the end of the map are the #1 and #2 players in the world at the moment. When you get into a pool this difficult in the final stage, that skill cap really can make the difference. And that's what we've seen from, honestly, both of them throughout the tournament, as well as these matches have scaled to be harder and harder in terms of the map pool. These two players have shown through 99.82% on the full combo for White Cat. 1 miss, 99 AC on Emrek's play as well. Both of them really with the pop-off to bring it home for him, but consistent scores from Fire Ridge and Taquito as well, as now we move into Double Time 2 as the first pick for him. And well, we were talking about the mechanics earlier on. Some of these speed players on are still very scary to go up against.
Oh yeah, they are. And just looking at that Nomad 4 and thinking about what they might be able to do with this DT2, it's pretty scary. You know, White Cat's on form, Emrak's looking really good. Those two are a very dangerous combo, and I expect them to do very well on a map like this as well. So this will be tough for Donate Blinds to pick up a win, I think, especially after losing that Nomad 4.
Yeah, on a map like this, you look to players like Dustus, Okinamo. You look to players, honestly, like White Cat as well, who is very strong on some of these speed maps. You can also look to Emrak at some point to say, hey, this guy is still very, very strong on speed. He should be relatively strong on something like the Double Time 2. It's 240 BPM, fairly long streams, but not the kind of death stream stamina that you're going to see in Grand Finals.
Yeah, definitely. Should be very interesting. See what they pull out of here. Yeah, Donate Blinds. They've really got to pull something out here. They're not typically known as the stronger DT side overall. But should be interesting to see these lineups. We see Crystal, Sigi come back in, Shield as well, and then we have Vivace on the side of Donate Blinds. And there's the expected lineup from Dust Ice, Emrak, White Cat, Okinamo. Just what you'd expect for a map like this. Let's see if they can bring it home.
I'm a little curious as to why Dumi isn't in for Donate Blinds. I would have expected to see him in for a map like this of all maps. But we're going to see exactly what this roster can do. Sigi definitely looking very strong as of last week on the Double Time picks, but we saw Okinamo do very, very well on the side of as well, looking to those two players to sort of replicate their high scores from last weekend. Crystal, meanwhile, had a big drop at the beginning. You can see they're down, really struggling with the accuracy. I'm not sure if there's some offset issues or what exactly is going on there, but definitely struggling on this pick. Shield and Vivace also dropping their combos at the same time, and it really is just Sigi. We called out Sigi at the start of this map, and it seems like he's going to have to solo this one if he really wants to bring this home, as the rest of the team is just sort of unable to keep the combos together. White Cat and Dustus do find breaks over on the side of as well. Emrak drops at the same time, but there goes Sigi, and there goes their chances of taking this break point. Vivace does have some combo, but it's Okinamo still on the full combo for that is really making sure this stays on their side.
Yeah, such a brilliant play coming in from Okinamo right now, which is just allowing his team to recover. They do find double breaks, but yeah, with just that one combo from Shield coming in, supporting from Sigi, it's just going to be nowhere near enough. I think having Crystal in for this was not the best idea. Is still not able to get a good rhythm on this map. I'm assuming was just a filler spot, but has hurt their score that a little bit more. As take the second point. Very strong start from them, as to be expected, really. On this sort of map, very good play, beautiful, perfect combo from Okinamo there.
I think this just tells us that the speed players are missing from Donate Blinds. Like, I don't see why you would put Crystal in for this map over Dumi or Machine. Very clearly, Crystal was struggling with this. So I think their speed players are just missing. And that means that Double Time 4 here is also probably going to be a really tough ask of Donate Blinds. We were talking about this map at the start. 225 BPM tech, essentially. Lots of finger control, lots of aim control, lots of slider aim in this, and AR 10.1. So your seasoned DT players are going to be very, very strong on this type of map. I would usually be looking towards people like Sigi, Shield, probably Dumi, probably Machine to be very good on this. They might be putting in DTR GFMRT instead, given that it looks like they're missing one or both of them. So hopefully they are able to get the full roster together by the end of this match. We do want to see them at full strength here in the loser's bracket. It is do or die. The loser of this match is eliminated from the tournament. So So you want to have that full strength when you go into any of these maps. It's really unfortunate that they were not able to have the proper fourth player for Double Time 2 there. Double Time 4 as this next pick, though, from I mean, we saw exactly what some of their speed players were able to do on DT2, and now you're sort of getting a bit more of the tech-focused side. You have Dustus in, you have Emrek, Whitecat, and Fiery Rage in for this, so Fiery definitely not somebody you usually think of when you think of speed, but when you think of tech, when you think of aim control, slider aim, finger control, you can definitely think of Fiery Rage in some capacity. Very, very strong at those skills.
Yeah, definitely. Already Donut Blinds not off to the strongest start. Breaks coming in all across the board. We still have Emrek and Dustos holding full combos at the start of this map. Very tricky map. This very hard for people to maintain combos, but Dustos Emrek putting in the work. There's a break coming in from Emrek. Fiery Rage there. Bit of supporting combo, and well, there it goes. But Donate Blinds, they can't seem to get a foothold in this map and really build up that combo.
Can you blame him though? This is like high approach rate, high BPM tech in Double Time. This is a really, really tough map. And yeah, it's a little unlucky that they're against, you know, Dustus and Emrek as well with a very high combo. I think Dustus is still on the FC, if I'm reading this correctly.
Yes,
so he's popping, right? Man came out of retirement and is just beast moding it here in the losers finals. So there's not a lot you can do. Okay, finally does find a slider break, but Emrek is there to pick up the slack, and even with some combo from Sigi and Crystal, there it goes. It's just the Emrek show now. Dustus did finally find the drop, but this is just a really fantastic team score from him. They are looking quite strong on this Double Time 4 pick, and that's sort of as expected. You look at some of these players on their side and really expect them to do well on stuff like this. Emrek in particular, the high approach rate reading is probably unparalleled right now in terms of that field alone, so not unexpected that he can do well on a map like this at all.
Yeah, it's the sort of thing he really does shine at, and it was already going to be a tough map for Donate Blinds, but without their, without players like Doomy and Machine, it has just become that much harder to pick up any scores. But I think even with Doomy and Machine, I mean, look at that. 1.8 million, 750k from Emrek, and nearly 500 coming out from Dustos. That is a hard ask for any team.
I mean, it's literally 1v4 from Emrek, 760k on his score to like 735k on Donate Blinds. Like, this is a extremely dominant score from the side of him. In the finals weekend, seeing a one-time slider break on any map is extremely impressive. Really well done from them. We also saw a full combo from Okinamo on Double Time 2. Like, this right here, these scores, these big scores that we were talking about, that is the skill cap difference that we were mentioning at the start of this matchup. These players on are not getting outscaled by this map pool at all. They are showing that they still have the capacity to put up a full combo or, one-time slider break on just about every map so far, which is very scary going into a grand finals pool as well. But in this match, it just means that any of these pure mechanics tests are not going to phase them whatsoever. And as we get into Hard Rock 3 and Nomad 1 now, the next two picks from Donate Blinds, you have to think that a lot of these AIM players, as we saw on Nomad 4, are going to continue to be strong for both of these teams. But it seems like the AIM players on have just been having a better day.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that Donate Blinds can rally themselves on this Hard Rock pick, try and get some points on the board. They've still got quite a rough tail end of this best of 9. So I'm hoping that they can, rally something together against this squad who don't seem to be getting outscaled. Maybe this Hard Rock 3 is something that they could just do that a little bit better at. Already not off to the greatest of starts as we see early breaks coming in, particularly from Vitia, Vivace, and Shield as well. Still 3 full combos on the side of him, and I think a very early slider break coming in from Fiery Rage there, but otherwise holding very strong.
There goes Fiery Rage combo as you say that, but VT and Shield, or VT and Crystal, excuse me, trade it on the side of Donate Blinds, and I mentioned Shield's name, and there he goes too. Really unfortunate, because that was the one high combo left besides Vivace, which is now traded as well. And once again, it's these aim players, Zudinator, Emrek, Frankie, who were holding the high combos. Zudinator and Frankie do miss as I say that, but man, Emrek still here, still holding the combo, still holding the reins for this map as well, still completely in control. This is really looking so good for him at the moment, and they are looking to take this point as well, already up almost 500,000 score. You look at the combo difference, and it's Emrek versus Vivace, but even then, there's not a lot that Vivace can do. You just have to hope that the entire team manages to come back to pull it together, but it's so hard to do when you have those four-way misses on those big linear cross-screen jumps.
And it's just the thing of the outscaling really shows here on this pool. It is always the limiting factor at these higher levels, and when you have players like Emrek on the team who just consistently perform high scores and high combos, it's always hard to battle that, but even harder when there's three other players that they've got to contest with. And so they go on to match point after the first 4 maps.
Yeah, an early 4-0 start to set 1 is extremely scary. Usually in set 1, the teams can find a couple of inroads into picks that might be banned out later on, because we do have those match bans to consider in sets 2 and 3, but this is an extremely dominant performance from and now going into No Mod 1, you've had these aim players going off the entire time. I mean, this is just it's a rough position for Donate Blinds to be in, right? You know they're at least missing Dumi Machine. I think we've seen everybody else, but those 2 players are gone, so it basically entirely eliminates any chances of them trying to go for any of those double time picks, and are basically locked into a lot of the more unconventional maps in the pool. But then the hidden players on are so strong, the aim players on are so strong, they can still come out on maps like No Mod 4, and the many bans that you are given in the Corsace Open can start to come to fruition for and they can ban out a large portion of the maps that Donate Blinds would want to go for in general.
Yeah, it really is an awkward situation. Have we seen GFMRT?
I believe we have. Maybe I'm gonna double check that, but I believe we have seen him at least on the alt maps. No, actually, we have not seen GFMRT either throughout this set. You're right. So this is a maybe 3 players missing from Donate Blinds, and they actually do not have a 4th in right now. Neither does so both teams waiting on a 4th member. There's Fiery Rage for we'll see him come in here. Frankie in with Emrek and White Cat as well. Shield, CB, Crystal doing their thing for Donate Blinds. They've been in on just about every map, looking for one more player for Donate Blinds though.
I mean, perhaps they've maybe had one of their missing players come online. They're just trying to get him into the lobby, which would be a very interesting thing. Perhaps not for this set. I'm not sure they're necessarily going to be able to recover it at this point, but going into that second set could mean all the difference. There is Machine. I was right. Finally makes his appearance.
Yeah, we finally get in another player for Donate Blinds. This is hopefully gonna be what they need to really start coming into it. We were saying how they were missing all of these players. They definitely need, something to change to start racking up some points, at least in this series, if not this set.
Yeah, no, agreed. This is probably closer to their ideal lineup, I would say. Just bringing in Machine. So, I mean, if I'm reading that chat correctly, Machine might be sight reading this map, which doesn't fill me with a massive amount of confidence. But you never know. Sometimes the sight read buff can help.
To be fair, if there's any map that you're going to sight read in a tournament map pool, Nomad 1 is a pretty good choice for that map, right? Tends to be fairly simple, tends to be relatively easy to read. That's mostly the case here as well. There's nothing, stand out about this Nomad 1. It's a Mordred map, so there's some awkward aim portions to it. And we do see Machine with a little bit of adjustment here at the start. A few 1/3 here and there of this map as well, but nothing really over the top in terms of the reading strain. So if you're gonna pick a map to sight read, you're gonna pick one to try and have that sight read buff. It's gotta be Nomad 1 in basically any tournament map pool. We do see Frankie with an early miss on the side of We do see a couple early misses for Machine and Crystal on Donate's blind side. Shield and Seegi holding the full combos for them. Whitecat, MREC, Fire Rage holding the full combos for And it's basically tied up the lost combo from Machine and Crystal about equal to the lost combo from Frankie.
Yeah, it has really. There's no real advantage on either side, but there goes Machine. So really not helping him, but Frankie trading with him. It's going to give him a slight lead as long as everybody else on either side holds. There goes Whitecat, big surprise. Shield will trade it though. Keeping this very close, but that is a big surprise from Whitecat breaking on this Nomad 1.
Yeah, Fire Rage and MREC now holding on to the full combos from and there goes Fire Rage actually. So it's MREC left alone. Crystal and Seegi with the full combos still for Donate Blinds. We'll see how long they can hold them. Lots of these jumps are really massive. We're seeing, almost cross-screen diagonal jumps on this map already. And this is not a particularly slow Nomad 1 either. This is 210 BPM. So it's not as if these are, 170 BPM across the screen. No, these are relatively high star rating jumps still. We do see a miss from Seegi on the in-between sections though, not even on one of the high star rating jumps. It's just the in-between portions that really get him. It's still, however, even with that break, a combo advantage for Donate Blind. Crystal and MREC with matching quote-unquote full combos for Crystal, and then slightly higher combo on both Machine and Shield versus Whitecat and Fiery Rage. So ever so slight lead for Donate Blinds. We'll see if they can keep it here. We're about halfway through the map.
They've still got that opportunity to create themselves a little buffer, and then all they have to do here is just match whatever could put out. They just have MREC that they have to deal with the full combo. There goes Machine, big supporting combo gone for Donate Blinds, but they're still holding on. Crystal's gone. That is a massive full combo loss for Donate Blinds, and it jumps over instantly as we see a break coming in from Frankie there. They've got nothing to chase down Whitecat, MREC, who is still holding the full combo. A good supporting combo from Whitecat and Fire Ridge coming in as well.
Yeah, if it were just Whitecat and Fiery, it would definitely be recoverable for Donate Blinds, but there goes Seegi's supporting combo now. It's only Shield, and he's gonna see that he's the only combo on the team here at the break. Whitecat, Fiery Rage still holding on to the good supporting combo, and MREC still on the FC 99.45% accuracy on that play as well. He has really been so consistent all throughout this match. He has looked so good on all of these picks, basically. He's been in on almost every single map and has done pretty fantastic on just about every pick as well. So no surprises that he continues to shine here on Nomad 1. As Shield does find that last break. Fire Rage breaks alongside him, but really it's not going to matter. These two high combos from the number 1 and number 2 players are going to make this Nomad 1 go way, give them the 5-0 closeout on set 1.
Yeah, and it's so unfortunate for Donate Blinds. We do see a break there from Whitecat, but these two, Whitecat and MREC, even when they break, their recoveries are so strong that they're still able to put in fantastic scores even when they do break, so going up against them, yeah, I saw it as well. Yeah, Yeah. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
That
A
happened.
little bit of trolling here near the end of No Mod 1. It doesn't matter all that much. We are, by the way, done with set 1. But that's set 1. It's not the entire match. We do still have another set, at least one more set to go. The Corsace Open uses a map draft format that has a best of 3 sets, with each set being a best of 9. We are finished with our first best of 9 between these two teams. So don't go anywhere. We've still got set number 2 coming up. Is now going to trade pick and ban order with donate blinds for set 2 as we get into the second set of this match. It was a very dominant set 1 for they're definitely going to look to repeat that with Machine showing up. That maybe opens up a couple more options for donate blinds. But at the same time, you add on set bans in set 2, and just gets to take away one more of those options. So we're going to need to see some adaptation from donate blinds if they want to force set 3 in this best of 3.
Yeah, and hopefully as we go into that second set, we've got a bit of time before that ban phase. Maybe, hopefully, we'll see some donate blinds players appear. Maybe they can actually get their... Maybe that was their plan, that they're not going to be able to hold this this first set, and they're going to just let it go, focus on the second set when they can get their players in. But of course, we'll have to wait and see. But we do have quite a lengthy amount of time before we get into that first pick. So we'll just have to wait and see if they show up. But I would have to say, if they don't, this second set is going to be very rough for donate blinds.
Yeah, you're really gonna have to be picking up some different maps here for donate blinds and trying some different strategies out. The one, for looking at the scores from the previous set, I think the pick where they probably had the best chance of coming out, honestly, was No Mod 1. I would expect that to be banned out by at this point. But even then, won it by 500k. Emmerich was able to full combo. We just saw how strong all of their members looked on that map. Whitecat still outscored anybody on the side of donate blinds, so it's not as though they even need to ban out anything from the previous set. If you are donate blinds, you might be looking to say, okay, well, we can try and pick into that again and hope that that full combo doesn't happen. Hope that we instead reduce our miscount, but that strategy is not foolproof in the slightest. We do see the Fremont 2 ban come out from That was, I believe, banned last time around. I'm going to double check that. But I believe that was banned out in the last set as well. Yes, that was their second ban last set. DT3 also banned out by Donate Blinds last set. So just repeating the earlier bans and repeating the first pick as well. Double Time 2 picked up once again for him.
Yeah, again, it was a solid first pick last time. It was their second point that they picked up in that set. Very comfortable win for them. And I think knowing that Donate Blinds don't have their necessarily strongest lineup for this, they should still win that comfortably. They've probably judged the fact that Machine has appeared, and they probably still feel comfortable enough to win that map. Even if they take, one player out, Crystal out of the lineup for Machine there. Hard Rock 3, again, coming in from Donate Blinds. Probably a map that they still feel that they can do better on. They probably felt that, their scores just weren't strong enough in the last set, and they want to give it another shot. I still think it could be a good pick for them, but it really depends on the lineup they choose for that one.
Yeah, I basically honestly agree. The Hidden 3 ban now from Donate Blinds is, again, something that they banned out last time around. The lower portrait reading players on are actually very strong, so despite a focus on some of the more unconventional maps in the pool, I think the Hidden 3 ban still works fairly well. Hard Rock 1 banned out by is a little curious. They've got some very, very strong game players, but Hard Rock has tended to be one of their weakest areas. You can see In their overall stats at the bottom of the screen, the 6.1 rating on Hard Rock compared to 6.4 on Hidden and Double Time and 7.4 on Nomad. That's really like percentage of maximum score is what that indicates. So lower percentage of the maximum score on average for their Hard Rock picks. I think maybe showing a little bit of discomfort with the mod overall. Nomad 4 has a repeat pick for Donate Blind. So going with two of the same picks, saying, hey, we're going to keep going with these picks. These are our strongest shots. We're not going to change our strategy just because we lost them the first time around. We're going to try and come back with, an extra member or two and hope that these go a different way the second time around. And honestly, if you're already going with your strongest picks in the first set, there isn't much of a reason to change them in the second set. Just because you lost them doesn't mean that suddenly you're going to get better at some other pick that you're worse at in general, right? You still want to pick into what you are actually good at, especially at this level where, again, we're talking about, the teams potentially getting outscaled by the map pool. At that point, your worst picks are going to become even worse for you, even if your best picks are not quite as good as they once were.
Yeah, and again, we see that DC4 come in for, again, very strong pick for them. No real reason for them to change that out, especially with how their DC picks went in the previous set. They were confident, they picked up the wins. So very understandable. They're just going to keep those in. I don't think we'll really see any changes in terms of what they're going to go for. They're going to focus on those DT, those high BPM maps. I'm expecting, perhaps from Donate Blinds here, that Nomad 1. It's actually Hard Rock 2 first that they're going to bring in. Which, again, they had it in the last lineup. They're still just sticking with those picks that they feel that they're going to be able to actually pick up. But we'll have to wait and see if we potentially even get that far with how that first set went.
Yeah, with Deltime 4 and Free Mod 3 being picked up from we now have 5 total maps locked in, so we may not see Hard Rock 2 even get played, and we may not see Nomad 6 get played either. That one is banned out by Donate Blinds. I know it looks like a pick right now on screen, but there we go. We've got it banned out here. So no Nomad 6 available for at this point either. Hard Rock 2, again, the sort of act test in Hard Rock, lots of variable beat snap divisors in that map, lots of changing rhythms to deal with. Free Mod 3, more so, if anything, focused on a lot of pattern aim at that low approach rate and high circle size, CS 5.3 and AR8. It's nothing really all that tricky, but it fits into almost still the same sort of mechanics tests that has been going for. It's a little weird to call it that, right? Because it's very low star rating, but it's a very simple type of map for what we would usually expect from the slot, right? It's mostly just an aim pick, and if you're looking at roster, they have some very good precision players, they have some very good low AR, Nomad, and hidden players, so they're not going to struggle with the reading aspect whatsoever. The precision aspect is probably going to be the most difficult part of the map, honestly, for some of these players on their side. But other than that, their low approach rate players are going to be super comfortable on that map. Free Mod 1 as a next pick for Donate Blinds actually goes towards some of the more aim-focused maps in the pool. Free Mod 1 is really, really awkward aim. It's low approach rate and low circle size. It's actually AR9 and CS 3.5 awkward aim. So usually you would expect a little bit of a higher circle size on a pick like this, but really, really tricky awkward aim. I think it's going to favor some of the Hard Rock players a little bit more, and maybe Donate Blinds picking into that based on the Hard Rock 1 ban from earlier on in the draft phase from as Hidden 1 gets picked up last from clearly still enjoying their awkward aim despite the Free Mod 1 pickup from Donate Blinds. So I kind of expect them to lean into the Hard Rocks a little bit for Donate Blinds, or to just be comfortable on the Nomad with the players that they do have.
Yeah, definitely. So there we go. There is our set 2, all confirmed. So we start with the first map pick, which is going to be DT2. And again, it doesn't look great for Donate Blinds going into this. They don't, so far as we know, they don't have their full lineups. even with the addition of Machine, who showed up later on in the first set after this had already been played, I still don't think they have the players to necessarily take him on this.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MP link from earlier, and you can see that it was almost double score on double time 2 in the last set. Okinamo full comboed, and that was almost enough to 1v4. So yeah, it's looking tough. It's looking tough for Donate Blinds on this pick in particular. However, they did have Crystal in last time. Crystal, if you remember, was not very comfortable on the pick at all, in the slightest. Did not enjoy himself playing double time 2. So I hope that they're going to have at least Machine replace Crystal here in the second set. And it is Machine coming in for Crystal instead. So Vivace, Machine, Sigi, and Shield. And honestly, Sigi, Shield, and Vivace all had decent scores on this map. It's not like they were having the roughest of times. It's that Okinama was able to full combo and Crystal was having such trouble with the map that really created a big difference in those team scores. So maybe now with the addition of Machine, it's going to look a little bit better for Donate Blinds. This is still, however, a relatively short pick, and any of these misses can impact the score pretty heavily. Misses for both Emrek and Machine, as I say that. Okinamo actually also dropping, so no full combo for him this time around.
Yeah, it's 2 breaks apiece, but it looks like Machine having a bit more of a struggle with the accuracy on this one. Sitting at around 84% accuracy right now. Can't seem to improve it. Finding drops here and there. We saw Seagate drop as well, joining Vivace and Machine. And Dust Ice does also find a break, but there's still Emrak and Whitecat. That duo is just ridiculously scary on this sort of map, and we do finally see a break coming in from Emrak, but Whitecat is still there. They're looking to still have at least one full combo take them through this map.
And at the same time, Shield drops from Donate Blinds. There goes the full combo from Whitecat finally, and it's actually Sigi with the highest combo in the lobby at this point. There's a quarter of the map left, but look at the score difference, 500k in the favor of And honestly, they replaced Crystal, but it looks like Machine is still having just about the same amount of trouble. So really unfortunate for Donate Blinds, but it doesn't look like these two, Sigi and Shield, are going to be able to carry this. The rest of the team just too uncomfortable on this sort of pick at the moment. Just not quite able to pull together the speed stamina needed for it, even in spite of relatively strong scores for both Sigi and Shield. 650k on each of them. Those two by themselves, are still 1.3 million score. Actually outscoring everybody on the other team besides Whitecat. So very, very strong scores from Sigi and Shield on this. It's just the roster for Donate Blinds is not quite there. They don't have the full speed roster. Very clearly don't have the full speed roster, and it is making them suffer on double time too. So honestly, good pick from taking advantage of an incomplete roster from Donate Blinds, where they just really don't have the players to field for a speed pick that intense here in the finals weekend.
Yeah, just an unfortunate situation to run into for Donate Blinds, but they're hoping that they can turn this around with this Hard Rock 3. They've got that sort of all-rounder skill set from Machine, so I expect to see him in for a lot of this set, to be honest. But again, he did sight read the Nomad 1. I don't know how he feels on the rest of this pool. But sometimes if you've got a player who haven't played the pool, it can come in as a bit of a risk to put them in for certain maps like this. So we'll see how they do on their first pick. They really need to get a point on the board if they want to keep their Corsace tournament dreams alive. But we'll see how they do.
Yeah, hopefully they can keep it alive. This was, the first pick from was double time 2. You expect them to win that. That's exactly what happened. The last time they played Hard Rock 3, it did go in favor, however. So even this pick from Donate Blinds, 650k actually in favor. We do see Vivace, Vitya, Crystal, and Shield come in for this once again. So the same roster from Donate Blinds as the first time around. You see Zudi, Emrek, Frankie, and Fiery Rage in for this once again from him as well. So this is the run back. This is both rosters exactly the same. Last time around, it was Emrek and Vivace top scoring this for either team, but actually every member of outscoring all 4 members of Donate Blinds. So we really have to see some of these members from Donate Blinds step up on this map if they do want to be able to take this pick. Hopefully that is able to happen. It's looking like an okay start for both teams here. Just an early drop from Vitya, not going to affect too much.
As long as he can recover, it will affect little to nothing, but double break coming in from Zootinator and Frankie both drop their combos simultaneously almost. There goes Vivace, so a bit of a trade, but it's still going to be in favor of Donate Blinds. Vitya drops though, that's a bit more detrimental, as he already had that earlier break and comes in with a double there. Shield following up as well. And Emrek and Fire Rage still holding on in the first half up against Crystal.
And Crystal's still holding right now. It's really all on his shoulders at this point, actually. As, like you said, everybody else is broken and there's 2 full combos for him. Crystal just has to hold on to this for so much longer than anybody else right now, as Emrek and Fire Rage continue to do work. I mean, this is already a pop-off for Crystal, right? This is already higher than anybody on Donate Blinds was able to score last time around. But there goes the full combo. He misses alongside Fiery Rage, but unluckily for them, Emrek is still going with this full combo. Over 600k on the scoreline now as he just continues to pop off. This is already higher than his previous score. Last time around, he scored 640k on this, just under 640k. He's looking for the full combo this time around, still holding through the cross-screen linear jumps. Like, this is kind of insane.
Oh, this is unbelievable. Is he actually going to hold through this last little bit? He's got it.
He almost gets slow slided.
He almost got slow slided. He always got slow slided, but he holds on. Oh my god. What can you say? An S rank from Fire Rage, a fantastic full combo coming in from Emrek. There's not a lot Donate Blinds can do against scores like that. It's just unfortunate. 2.6 million is a fantastic team score to take home on a map like this.
This is just sort of crazy from honestly. Like, man, we talked about some of these players and their ability to just pop off on a pool this difficult, but I mean, this is almost a full combo on every single map, and a lot of times they're coming from the same person, right? Emrek is FC Hard Rock 3, has FC Nomad 1, top scored Hard Rock 3 the first time they played it with 4 misses, top scored the Double Time 4 pick with 1 slider break also. We saw a full combo from Okinamo on Double Time 2 the first time they played it, and we saw a full combo from White Cat on City Escape last time this was played. Like, their whole team just has a ridiculous skill cap that they are able to use to put up almost a full combo on every single map. Like, this is a ridiculous team performance from him that just continues to impress even in set 2, and honestly, I hope that they can continue this sort of performance throughout the weekend. It would be incredible to see this team make the losers bracket run. This is, by the way, an upset match right now. Donate Blinds is seed 2 out of the qualifiers. You wouldn't expect it, but is actually the lower seeded team in this matchup. Even with how this match is going, seed 5 out of the qualifiers looking incredibly strong here in the top 6, looking to make top 3.
Yeah, it's just one of those situations where, you know, the qualifiers don't tell all, and I think particularly at the qualifying stage, you know, you talk about the skill cap, it's much lower down at qualifiers, which can affect scores, but you can see where the strength of this team lies. The harder the maps, you know, the better scores. They're just consistent on the scores that they can get through every weekend they go through, and as the maps get harder, you know, their skills shine through even brighter, really.
Fire Range, by the way, wanting the salty run back here on Hard Rock 3, looking to play that map a second time around, but Not meant to be. No salty run back for him. He's going to be forced onto Nomad 4 now. This is a map, however, that has honestly done really well on throughout the tournament. This slot, this alt map slot in Nomad, has been something that they have picked themselves into many a team, and for good reason. We saw them put up some pretty ridiculous scores on it the first time that it was played. We saw Emrek with the full combo. We saw the almost 2.7 million team score compared to just under 2 million from Donate Blinds that they were able to put up. And that's sort of continuing here in the intro. Sigi, Machine holding on to full combos, Crystal, and Shield with a couple early breaks, compared to Whitecat with a very, very early break, about 30-40 combo off of an FC. Emrek, Keto on the full combos, and Fire Rage breaking at the same point as Whitecat very early on. We do also see a couple other breaks from Machine and Shield within this first TI time as Fire Rage follows up with a miss of his own, and Sigi still holding the full combo, the only FC left up for Donate Blinds as Crystal finds another combo drop as well. Now up against Emrek and Takeda with the FCs, Whitecat with a high supporting combo, and this is just the same story, different map, different location, different players, but it repeats itself over and over again this match. The consistent team score from these players on has just been ridiculous to watch, as we see more combo breaks for Donate Blinds, and really only one player able to shine through on each map for them, but almost every player doing as well for
Yeah, really, whenever they're going into these maps, they're bringing a team in that, you know, any four of them could FC, but they always manage to pull one out throughout all these maps, and that's what makes them so dangerous, is that they have a very strong roster going into every single one. Sigi's still trying to battle against them, but with the supporting combo from Fire Rage, the full combo from Emrek, and the high supporting Whitecat combo, and pretty much no supporting combo. Shield's got a bit there to help out Sigi, but it's nowhere near enough to what they need to bring this back. If there are no breaks, they're going to drop this map for a second time, which would be really unfortunate considering Sigi's score right now. And there it goes. It's unfortunately looking over.
And at this point, I just don't think the comeback is possible now. Like, Shield has some combo, sure, but even if they all full combo from here, it is 450k in the favor of Even if finds a bunch of combo breaks right in a row, you would still be hard-pressed to see this go over in the last quarter of the map with the combos that they have for Donate Blinds. Fire Rage does drop that high supporting combo. Whitecat finds a slider break, it looked like, on that high supporting combo as well, but again, you've just got at least one player on every map for who just pops off, gets that super high score. This time around, it's Emrek once again. He has been probably the most consistent player on their team throughout this match, has top scored the majority of maps in this match so far, has absolutely been their standout player here versus Donate Blinds, and he is continuing that streak on Nomad 4 here.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just going to say, I don't know what kind of beast has been awoken in Emrek today, but he is absolutely on fire. Doesn't quite get the FC, sort of breaks right at the end there. But you can pretty much count that as close as you can get. But what, again, another absolutely dominant team performance. Not bad scores coming up from Donate Blinds. You know, they still pulled almost 2 million on that map, but when you're almost 500k down, it doesn't look as close as it is, but it's just unfortunate that unfortunately have got that stronger lineup.
Yeah, like you said, it's not even bad scores from Donate Blinds. You've got 600k from Sigi, 530k from Shield. It's not like those are rough scores at all. Even Crystal, the third highest score on their roster, right in between Takedo and Fire Rage in terms of the score line. It's just that these high scores are so good from Donate, or from that Donate Blinds, even with a relatively consistent team score, are just not able to compete. And that goes back to, as we talked about extensively throughout this match, the skill cap factor. These high-ranking players, these high skill cap players, when the pool gets this difficult, tend to shine through, and that's what we've seen from all throughout this match. And now we get another repeat pick, double time 4. We saw how this went the first time around. It was not pretty for Donate Blinds. They did have some pretty tough scores on this map. That doesn't mean it was all smiles and sunshine for They did have some players down below that 300k mark last time around. Whitecap and Fiery Rage definitely not having the best of times on that map, but still outscoring every member on the side of Donate Blinds. MREC with 760k was able to 1 versus 4 last time around, and the overall score lead was more than double. In fact, almost 2.5 times the score of Donate Blinds. So this is, from last set, about as one-sided as it gets. Let's see if the addition of... actually, I think this is the same roster as last time around, so... Let's see if they can make it different this time around for Donate Blinds, but definitely should be going into this one with confidence.
Yeah, as negative as it's probably going to sound for me, I don't really see a way that they're going to be able to make much of a difference on this. Although Crystal is off to a much better start with this than last time. And there is that early breaks coming in from, I believe it started with Taquito, followed with Whitecat and Vivace, sorry, Sigi, and Shield as well. Crystal still holding a full combo up against Dust Dice here with a supported combo from Emrak. You know, actually, this isn't too bad so far.
It's honestly not that bad. Crystal is looking very, very strong this time around. Actually looking very good on the full combo still. Matching the full combo from Dust Dice. As Taquito does find a slider break. There goes Crystal as well, however. And there's a forward-way drop for Donate Blinds on that pattern. As Emrek and Dustus continue to hold on to their high combo and full combo respectively. And suddenly it went from not that bad to really bad as you go from some combo to no combo for the side of Donate Blinds. And unfortunately, that some combo is still being held for as well. They've still got that FC and that high supporting combo to back it up. And this score lead is really telling that tale already. 400, 500,000 in their favor.
Yeah, we do. And finally, that score gap is reduced as we see breaks coming in from Dust Dice and Emrak. And even though the breaks coming in now, Cristo has got a very nice high combo. Did have a nice high combo. There's just not a lot that can be done at this point. It's just unfortunate, but it's just too strong of a map to battle him on with a roster like this. But a very good run nonetheless on this DT4.
Yeah, it's definitely much better than it was the first time around, right? They actually did put up a much better overall score for the side of Donate Blinds, and in fact, it's basically the same overall score for They're about 12,000 score ahead of where they were in set number 1, but it's an extra 500k for Donate Blinds this time around. It's just the fact that they started off with such a rough time in set number 1 that even with a 500k improvement here in set 2, they're still not able to close that gap. Those extra high scores from Dustus and Emrek, both only slider breaking, no misses by the way for either of those players. They was just able to do so much more than the high scores for Donate Blinds, and well, there's your result. A much more consistent team score, much higher highs for than for Donate Blinds, as we now are once again looking at an early 4-0 start for into their next pick, 3mod 3 here. What is potentially the last map of this match. If they are able to win this pick, they do close it out. Double 5-0 perfect sweep for if they are able to win this.
Yeah, it's such a statement to make as well going into your match tomorrow, that you're able to say, yep, we cleaned house. You know, probably will put a little bit of intimidation sort of on any team that has to go up against them tomorrow, but you know, it's still not over for Donate Blinds. We've not really seen much of Fremod yet, so you know, maybe there'll be a surprise upset here, but it will be a challenge.
Yeah, it'll definitely be a challenge. I mean, they're gonna have to pull this back and essentially pull off the reverse sweep here in this set, and then win set number 3 as well. After, you know, this whole match has been fairly one-sided, honestly, towards They have been really trying to pull it back for the side of Donate Blinds, but have just looked so dominant. It's been so good for them so far. Hidden Hard Rock, by the way, on this map for Zuninator. Double Hard Rock for Crystal and Vivachi on the side of Donate Blind. Machine on the Hidden for them, going to that low approach rate Hidden. Sigi on Nomad. Fire Rate Nikito also on Nomad. Emrek on the Hidden for him.
Yeah, and looking towards these Nomad players to really shine on a map like this.
Yeah, at this level, I think it's very reasonable to expect that, you know, your Nomad players should be trying to go for a carry performance on your free mods, except when you have 2 Hard Rocks on the side of Donate Blinds. Like, that sort of speaks to higher comfort levels for both of those players on Hard Rock, that they would both prefer to take Hard Rock over Nomad on this map. We do finally see a combo break from Crystal. Sigi and Machine also drop their combos at the same time. Vivachi still going strong on the Hard Rock, does find that break, as I say that on the Space Triple. Fiery Rage on the Nomad, and Emrek on the Hidden, still holding the full combos for him, as Takedo did drop that Nomad, and Zuninator did drop the Hidden Hard Rock, but at this point, man, once again, we've just got multiple full combos left up for him, and no FCs to speak of on the side of Donate Blinds, no high combo to speak of on the side of Donate Blinds, and it seems like this is just about the end of this match.
Yeah, and what a solid way to end it as we go into this last quarter. Big streams here, both Fiery and Emrak looking so comfortable on these. You know, even Zuninator actually hitting these fairly well, still holding a very nice combo, and Fiery breaks right at the end.
Man.
But what a performance, I have to say, from Emrak. You know, he has had one hell of a match today. Outstanding performance.
Yeah, this is sort of like this is I think when people picture your number 1 player, they tend to think of them as sort of an all-encompassing number 1 who is good at just about everything, who can shine in both the solo and tournament play. And I think it took him a little while, but Emrek is finally coming into that role a little bit as number 1. Not only pretty much the undisputed number 1 solo player, but a very, very strong tournament force. Second in YSC in a 1v1 just now, and with this team here in the Corsace Open, with this pop-off in finals, looking to show that he really is that consistent beast in tournament play as well. He has been looking so good recently, and you can say the same for a lot of these members on him. They really did have a pop-off performance here in the Losers Finals against Donate Blinds, who, once again, congratulations to them. They were able to make it into top 6, into the finals weekend, but unfortunately meet their end here. The sweep from as their exit for the tournament as well. So thank you for Donate Blinds for playing in the Corsace Open 2021. And good luck to in their next losers bracket matchup. They're going to be facing the winner of P Model versus The, which is actually happening in just about an hour, starting at 16 UTC. So we are going to be getting into that relatively shortly. If you did enjoy watching the match today between Donate Blinds and consider donating to the Corsace Open. Any donations to the prize pool go directly to the players, so if you want to increase the stakes here in the finals and grand finals directly, you can donate to that prize pool. It all gets paid out to the players. Consider donating some channel points as well to that prize pool goal so that we can get to that point. And as always, thank you all for watching. Thank you to Demarche for casting alongside me. We'll see you all in about an hour for P Model versus The.